what you said earlier about religious people tending, not always, of course, tending to be maybe a little bit uptight and formal. I was thinking that as I was recently watching Senator Katie Britt's, I want to call it the Soviet Union. I keep calling the State of the Union the Soviet Union.
That's a perfect
I have never
mistake.
called.
Very
I've
Freudian.
never made that mistake before, but this one I call it the Soviet Union, which is very Freudian because, as you say, it sort of gave Soviet Union vibes. But so obviously, the left went after Senator Britt. And we're just so upset with her. And then apparently she said something in her response about immigration, about someone being trafficked, and it actually didn't occur under President Biden. The woman she was referring to was trafficked during the presidency of George W. Bush. Anyway, putting that aside, I just brought that up to say that she, I think was unfairly at times maligned by the left. However, I will be honest with you that I was watching that State of the Union response and I was thinking, why? This it's so easy. It's so easy to counter President Biden in that State of the Union. And with all due respect to Senator Britt, I'm sure she's a great person. I obviously agree with most of what she says. It was very Stepford wifey to me. It was very preachy. And it was sort of what I felt was that she was, wittingly or not, being a caricature of what the left thinks conservatives are. And she was in a kitchen, and the whole vibe was just, I was looking at it going, you are giving the left exactly what they want. Someone who seems a bit uptight, someone who seems like very domestic, is trying to play up the domestic vibes. She had this, way of speaking that was very preachy and kind of and I was just looking at that like, why is this the person who the right chose? Do you think I'm being unfair?
NOA. No, NAA. Not at all.
Ugh,
it was
drove me
actually
crazy. It was so cringy.
I know I would like her personally.
Yes.
But I could not watch the rest of it. I actually turned it off after 10 minutes.
I don't, it really felt like self-sabotage.
So I'm now going to reveal something which I'm sure will be used to further dismiss me. But it's a gamble I always take because I just believe in being real. Mm-hmm. If I'd have given the response to the Biden speech, it would have blown people out of their minds. It would, and you know why? Not because I'm brighter than everybody else or anything like that. Because I would be real. This is what this man stands for, and this is what he said. This is what the man stands for, and this is what he said. And just, I wouldn't necessarily crack a joke. I would be even almost monotonish, and it would be incredibly effective.
Of course.
We don't, real wins the day.
It does. I mean, you would do an excellent job because you're real and you're you. But frankly, an 11-year-old could have given a response to Biden's State of the Union. It was so despicable on so many levels. And it was so, at many times factually incorrect.
Not despicable, awful.
He was talking about abortion, how he said, what right are you going to take away next to Republicans? He said that of the Republicans in the chamber. He went after the Supreme Court. He said, you guys are going to see soon.
That was unbelievable.
It is. I'm going to double down on this despicable thing to so villainize.
Oh, no, wait. Are you talking about Biden's speech?
Yes.
Oh, I thought about her speech.
No.
That's why. No. Oh, if it was despicable. Dennis Prager here with a man I have come to admire for his work. So when I asked him, what do you do? This is the title he gave, Wealth Architect.
Very simply put, I am a wealth architect that helps my clients accelerate the way they grow your wealth. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. The Internal Revenue Code is embedded with a number of things that you can take advantage of. It's what I call playing tax chess. We take the time to play tax chess in your favor. We give our clients unbiased, independent advice across all areas in their financial life because we have no incentive to sell anything.
I was taken enough and impressed enough to have you do my work. and you have in fact saved me a serious amount of money. CharlesDombeck.com/Prager.
Right.
The
No,
Biden
Biden's
speech was
not Katie
despicable.
Britt's.
Oh,
Yeah.
you changed. You
Okay,
changed
forgive me.
subject.
Forgive me.
Okay. Oh, his speech. He has given. Lived a long life. His speeches, his inaugural address, his State of the Union, are the ugliest speeches a president has given in my
divisive.
lifetime, maybe in all of American history. His inaugural address spoke of white supremacists.
I know. So I'm glad we clarified. No, Katie Britt's I would not call despicable.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised.
I would
Okay.
call it creepy.
That's right.
But it's just, we've talked about this on Dennis and Julie, but I really take your point that people need to realize whether it's fair or not. Many people have assumptions about them and have stereotypes about them. If you're religious, if you're conservative.
You want to work
and
against
you want to
it.
work against that. And by the way, that doesn't mean that you compromise your values. That doesn't mean you hide your religion.
Yes.
That doesn't mean you hide your conservatism. That is not what I am saying. But what I am saying is that maybe if there's this stereotype that those on the right are, Stepford wifey, women in the home, not like, maybe you shouldn't have Senator Katie Britt in a kitchen as she's delivering the State of the Union response.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
But it's not. And
right.
Yeah, it was.
Well, it
really
sort
upset
of,
me.
Look, she was put up to that. It wasn't her idea, I suspect. And it reminds me of what I said when I became a Republican.
Oh yeah, I love this line.
I left the bad party for the stupid party.
Yeah, as Ben Shapiro says, the Republican Party has a fantastic ability to just kick itself in the nuts over and over and over. I mean, as I often say, if Donald Trump just got up and said, 5 things, crime, even if he literally said these 5 things, not in a sentence, just kept rattling off issues: crime, border, fentanyl, DEI, public schools, China, trans, Israel, Ukraine. If he literally just went on a rotation saying those one words, he'd get elected.